So after a few successful tests, I think I'm ready to take this deck off and whatnot. Since, of course, we're not doing the official restoration yet, I won't be really documenting much because I'm just going to be taking the deck apart, trying to get the other spindles apart and put in new bearings. I'll film that when I get there. So what I do to get these spindles off basically is put the nut, get the nut on there where it's flush with the top of the threaded part of the spindle shaft there. I mean, preferably you turn the nut upside down so you don't maybe mess up the crown, but I did a little experiment to see if it would work all right by doing this, so I did that. And what I do is take if it's really stubborn, a sledgehammer, but you want to make sure it's like that so you don't mess up the threads. And you know, since I already had these off, I just took a rubber mount and just went like bam and whacked that. Now also, if it's really stubborn, you can get a crowbar up underneath the pulley here, try to lift up in the middle of this, but you might mess it up like I did there, took a chunk out of it. So since these were already apart, I didn't feel the need to do that. This middle one here is going to be a challenge. You guys can see that. Yeah, and the spindle itself is actually solid in there. That's just the shaft wiggling around the side of there. So those bearings are thoroughly messed up, so hopefully this thing should come apart pretty easy now. I'm going to take these apart off camera, and then we'll pick up this video here when we start messing with this one. Also, just real quick so you guys can see. Obviously, that's mostly because this one's like scraping those bolts. But here's the one with the original bearings in it, or yeah, this one's original bearings, I would say. I'd have to recheck on the video, but or we'll kind of see when we take this apart. But yeah, this should be the one with the original bearings. I'll confirm. Spins pretty good. Here's the one with new bearings. Also spins pretty good, really quiet. I feel like this one spins longer though, with those original bearings. So you know what? I'm almost debating just leaving that. I don't know. We'll take it apart, but we'll save those original bearings in there if we can get them out safely and securely, because you know they're still usable for emergency purposes at least. Yeah, I really feel like that one spins longer, but it's a little noisy, and it's got some side-to-side wiggle, so we'll go ahead and replace them, but you know, hang on to them if we can get them out safely and securely, just in case maybe I punch them back in there. Because one of them did come out and I put it back in there, so you know, we'll see. But either way, we're putting new bearings in this one. And this one here's already got new bearings in it because that was the only one that had one that was fully seized. And it spins all right, but it does stop kind of soon. But one of the things I did do, I got them sitting in its bag here. You can't see on this side, but that's the 4 other bearings. I ordered 6 more too just to have them. But I went ahead and took the seal off one side so we can... you know, and we don't have to take these apart all the time and change bearings. We can just keep packing them with grease in theory, and they should last several years. So I'm going to get these 2 spindles off, inspect them, just kind of see if anything's changed, and then we'll start messing with the last one here on camera later. Well, this bottom original bearing is in amazing shape still, and it's really not wanting to come off there. But when I put it back in the spindle, it does function the way it's supposed to, so, you know, I guess we're just going to have to leave this one in. Really would like to replace it too, but, you know, I don't know. Just going to have to leave it in, I guess. This is out of that spindle on the far right-hand side of the deck where the chute's at. Okay, everybody, so my method that I was using for taking the pulleys off the first time is not really working. Was not working, so I'm trying this now. I got that torch running there. You can't see the flame, but it's going. It's aimed right in the middle of that thing. That little dimple in the top of that shaft there was already there. And of course that chunk taken out of the flywheel, I think has something to do with the flywheel puller. But I got an air hammer here. We're heating it. And I got some cold water right over there. And we're going to be pouring on this here in just a moment. To just quench it. You know, we're heating it right now, letting it expand. We're going to dump that cold water on it, quench it instantly. And then just go at it with the air hammer, see if we can just bust it out. Got a little brick propping up the front of the deck over there, and the wheels in the back are propping it up, so it's got some good space. So yeah, I think it's been heated just about enough. I can't see it glowing, but this has been going on it for about 10 minutes now. It's just regular propane too. It's not like acetylene, so I figured it's going to take a little bit longer. Yeah, watering can of ice cold water. Got a couple of big ice cubes in it as well. And I got a little pot over there with the same thing. So I'd say 2.5 gallons, 2.5 gallons, so about 5 gallons of cold water. Here's some little cracking and stuff. I hope it's just the rust being compacted, or the grease underneath here kind of cooking off. Or I had a little bit of oil, like PB Blaster inside of here, so I bet that's just that last of that sizzling out. Hope it's not the cast iron pulley cracking or anything. Give it another minute or two here, and then I'm gonna dump that water on. It's still going on there. I think it is glowing a little bit. I don't know. Had a little grease fire there. I'd love to see if this is glowing, but I gotta get some shade over it first. Got a little pale, maybe I can see something. I have to melt this. I'm not seeing anything yet. I'm really supposed to get it red hot. Well, we'll let it go another 2 or 3 minutes and see it's just really dead. Come back to it here in just a bit. Okay, I think we're gonna try to give this a shot here now. We'll start with the pot first. Okay then. Let's see what we can do. I really don't know. I don't think it's budged at all. That's insane. Just wasn't hot enough, maybe? I really just don't know, guys. Okay, so I've resorted to using a flywheel puller and a cast iron flywheel. Don't like that. And I hope you guys like that. I had to shut off my Hank Williams Jr. music to show you guys this because it's actually moving a bit though. what I've been doing was I went ahead and just sprayed it with some more PB Blaster. Every once in a while, just hit it with a little bit of that. And then as I tighten it here with this breaker bar and a socket over this flywheel puller, turn it like a quarter turn or something, and then take the hammer and smack it a few times. And that just, you know, gives it some impact, some shock, and that's kind of helping just get it loose. It's coming off now. It's crazy. But, you know, can't be too careful with cast iron as far as I'm concerned. And each time I hit it with the, take a break to hit it with the hammer, the breaker bar gets a little easier to turn. Right when it starts getting really hard to turn, I go ahead and switch to the hammer and just give it some good whacking. Go more than a quarter turn here. Easy. Whole half turn. Oh yeah, it's coming off finally. Wow, it's actually coming out. It's a whole turn right there. Nice to push through there. They can maybe use this to kind of drive it out too. Let's get one more half turn. The little dimple was drilled off center on this. I didn't do that. Somebody before me did that long ago. Probably trying to do the same thing. Half turn. I don't know. Be going through. Maybe I just loosen it. I mean, yeah, if I could push it through with this, that'd be really cool. Let's see, let's give it another quarter turn here, see if it's gonna go through or get stuck on the edge. Oh, it's going through. Heck yeah, pushing it right out now. Oh my gosh, guys, this is insane. Wow. And this thing is a little bent. But, oh my gosh, the flywheel puller came through. But, that's crazy. Heck yeah. Wow, it's finally off. Big washer on there. Man, I wonder if that was needed at the other ones too. Not. Did I put washers in? I don't think I did. I don't know. We'll just leave it like it is for now, you know, since now we know we can actually get them apart at least. That's crazy, guys. Finally got it off. Wow. Well, I'm going to get it off of this deck. I got a cinder block down there. The bottom of the spindles have this little rectangle thing on them. I'll show you guys here this other spindle I got. And I got this cinder block, 3-hole cinder block. And one of these fit right inside of it pretty perfectly, so that stopped it from turning. Just sticking a cinder block underneath that thing. Works pretty perfect, but I don't know about getting it off now, because it kind of went in at an angle. Just wanted to lift the block with it. Okay, we got it off. There it is, and of course the bearing is just coming out with the shaft. Ugh, that's gonna be fun. Whoa. This keyway here is all messed up. It's got a crack in it or a cut, I don't know. Oof, I don't know if I like the look of that. I'm just gonna try to get it out off camera and then see what we're clean it up and see what we're dealing with in a bit. So unfortunately, everybody, I either lost the other footage I took or I deleted it at some point or just didn't take any. One of those things happened. Anyways, so what we wound up doing after we went ahead and took the spindle apart, which, you know, didn't film any footage, I found out that the spindle shaft was pretty destroyed. You can see I got the bearing on. I mean, it's pretty seized. The bearing was on there and turning decently, but of course you guys saw this get taken apart in video, so you kind of know what was going on there. This right here, the spacer was stuck on the bottom, therefore the bottom bearing was stuck on. So I tried to soak it in PB Blaster forever. Didn't do much, but eventually this whole thing turned like a blackish color and got even more seized, and the bearing seized. Eventually I just kind of broke the bearing off. This is stuck on. I'm going to have to, like, if I want to save this, I'm going to have to grind this off, or the spacer off or something somehow in a lathe, and clean this up, fill it with weld, and, you know, just round it back, you know, trim it back down in the lathe, and just basically resurface this whole thing, which would suck. So I'm currently looking for another one of these so I can rebuild the last original spindle. Well, what we did there for a little bit, and you'll see video of this thing cutting here in just a bit, was we took an MTD spindle, much like this one you see here, and modified the deck slightly by drilling a couple more little holes here. Really hate to do that, but we went ahead and put like 4 more, well actually just 3 more holes in there. No, sorry, 4 more. Yeah, I was gonna say, I knew I did 4. These new ones here were all done for the MTD spindle. And we went ahead and put one of those in, but you know, it was a different one than this. It's hard to get it to line up just right. The blades were off, you know, uneven levels, so that didn't work out. But we were able to get the pulleys to line up decently, and the MTD blade was spinning slower, so it definitely wasn't cutting great like that. But there is hope that maybe I can come across a at this point, a new one of these, rebuild the original spindle. We'll have all 3 original spindles up and running on this thing again. Maybe I'll find a whole new spindle for it, or another one that'll just fit right in there and make a good replacement. I don't know, or modify some other spindle to work. Who knows? So, yeah, we're kind of, this has kind of been put on the back burner now. But once I get that, I think it's about time we do the full teardown of this thing, inspect the internals and the engine, clean everything up really good, sandblast, paint, whatever we decide to do as we kind of go along with it and get really deep into this thing. Just go through the whole thing and inspect everything and just make this thing look brand new again. And it's kind of put in the back of the shop here with some other projects that, you know, I shouldn't have shown that. But yeah, I expect a video on that soon if you guys saw it. This is a whole new fiasco here. I'll give you guys a quick update and try not to get too off topic here. But this engine that I've had in here has had issues with thump gaskets, leaking oil for a while. So I've had it out multiple times in the past couple of weeks trying to stop this leak, but it's always just a new leak where oil starts seeping in a new spot. So I'm afraid there might be a little bit of a warp in the sump. I don't know. Then again, the gaskets I've used haven't been great. And, you know, I've been trying some sealants. Like, here's an example. This was like an experimental one with some Permatex Indian Head shellac. It's not called Indian Head anymore. Just Permatex gasket shellac compound. That's what I'm trying now. So this might even get a whole video of its own in the future. Who knows? But yeah, hopefully we're getting close on this thing to where we can actually really tear this thing apart and make it look like the day it looked like when it rolled out of the factory. New tires, new paint. Just whatever we need to replace. You know, do all the final stuff. Try to get those belt guards back on the deck and restored. I think the deck will be the first thing we take off again, try to restore. Try to fill the pitting on the deck in with something, maybe clean it up real good and fill it with some kind of putty. So when we paint it, it looks all nice and smooth and brand new. So I don't know, we're going to figure out some hacks on this thing to make it look good. But with that, I guess that concludes our video just about. We'll show you some footage of it mowing here. And yeah, expect more on this in the future and more on the other fiascos going on here in the shop. Well, the belt keeps twisting on it and eventually popping off, so we're going to need a new belt. Probably try to pick one up today, get this one measured. That's a little strip there in the middle. That must have been me. Not cutting perfectly evenly, but we got to get a new belt for it, and I want to try to fix that one original spindle. Weld it, grind it down, just reuse that one original bearing on the bottom, just so we can use all the original blades and it's even and all that. Just pack it with grease, fresh grease, and you know what? It should hold up for a year or two at least. I'd be happy. Cuts grass pretty good though. That belt's just kind of barely hanging on. It's all twisted on there right now. It's gonna fly off here in a bit, I would imagine. We'll see.